Hype TV people! Dizzy. Right then folks, so this video is specifically on a retaining wall, and it's also a video update for an extension that we're doing. So I thought I'd do two in one, so it's 2 for 1 baby. So, for extensions, we'll be doing an extension on the back of this house. I'll walk you down and show you in a minute, but one of the things that you must consider when you're doing an extension is what the access is like to the back. So, in other words, what is the space and how can we get the machinery to the back of the property to carry out the work? So, what we've done on this particular place is we've taken down a bit of a wall here at the front, so it's making way for a drive. And then if you imagine all this space here, we've got lots and lots of space that goes down to the back. So sometimes what we'd have to do is use skips, but as you can see the wall here going all the way up, it's actually quite high up there, so I'll walk down there in a minute and show you. So a way that we can try and save costs on a job like this is if you've got the access, so this is what we've done. So again, access there, as you can imagine that we can get a lorry to back in here. So when we're digging out all this land, all this soil, we can actually put it in the back of a wagon, and it's far cheaper to do it in the back of a grab wagon with a big IAB, so it comes out and goes down and grabs and loads itself. It's far cheaper to do it that way than it is to use lots and lots of skips. So money saving tip there for you folks. Use a grab wagon where possible and make access. So if you imagine the cost of us just sorting that bit of a drive out there as opposed to all them skips, it's a big saver, so cha-ching. So going back to a retaining wall, which is basically holding all this up. So I'll just walk down here and show you how tall it is over here. So I'm 6'5", and it's probably not a good representation there, but this here is just as high as me. So you've got beyond this fence here is actually a public footpath. So you imagine that you've got all this plus these trees pushing the weight down towards this way. So what we need to do is build a really big strong wall up there to hold all that back, and it also goes all the way around the property of this one. So again, this video is specifically for the retaining wall, but it's also an update because we're actually putting an extension on the back of this property. But obviously we've got next doors there, and all that is pushing this way as well. So we need a retaining wall. So it's going to be a big L-shaped retaining wall, which is going to go in front of that fence, come all the way up to this point here, which is the highest point, and it's going to step down and follow all the way down there to the end where my finger is. Tickle, people. So I'm going to do another video on the actual retaining wall as how we build it and what the structural stuff is that goes into it. So I'm going to try and explain it to you now. So we've got to dig a big pad, so it's going to probably go out to roughly around 1 metre, maybe even a bit more, maybe 1200. So it's going to be a concrete slab, so it's got to be lower than this ground level as it is now. And then what we'll do is we'll actually have what's called a toe. So it'll be a concrete slab that comes from there. Say it comes out to this point here, and then the front part will go down lower and create like a step under the ground. I'll put a picture up here now so you can understand what I mean. So cha-ching! So the idea is then that stops it from going because it's deeper in this part, so it stops it pushing towards the house. And then what we'll do is we'll put some concrete blocks up. We'll have some steel mesh inside the actual footings, and then we'll have steel coming up in between the blocks in the cavity, and we'll be filling that. So I'll do a video on that as we're doing it, so you understand, but that's the basis of it. So again, that's the reason we have a retaining wall. It's to retain all this earth back. It's to stop that earth pushing back towards the house behind me. And like you say, if you're quite clever, if you've got good space and you've got good access, you can save money by using grab wagging, so money saving tip there. And that's pretty much it for the retaining wall for now, until the next video. But in the meantime, check out the progress, folks. So we've got the old bobcat that's been digging out certain stuff to make the ground clear. There we go. So what we're going to be doing here is this outbuilding here is going to be coming down. We're going to be, so if you follow my finger, it's going to be coming out to about there, and then it's going to go all the way across. And finish into here, into the garage. So we're basically building an extension from my finger there, this side of this door, straight the way across, and then back into there and demolishing all this. And we're going to be putting a sloped roof on it, sort of that way, if that makes sense, all the way across. We're going to have some either V-luxes in it if it's going to be a pitched roof, or a flat roof with a lantern on there. And then what we're also going to be doing is making access into the garage, and we're doing a garage conversion as well, and we're going to turn that into like a games room. So the garage is going to become a utility room, games room at the back, and then a huge extension with bifolds on here. So if you imagine, once this is done, all this has gone away, we've got a really nice big wall and a nice patio area. It's going to make a massive, massive difference to this wonderful extension, folks. So, as I like to do, I'm going to document it so you can see the before, during and afters. So watch the space, people. So one of the other things we did as well is at the back of the garage, this was letting a lot of water in because the ground height was higher. So by digging it out, it's actually going to solve that problem with the retaining wall, and got some nice space there for the shed. So, I'm loving this, folks. Give it a tickle. So, good shot there. I'll do some more videos and stuff as and when it's finished. But there you go. That's it to top it off, folks. And I'll do another little shot of that going down there. You get them people away. Tickle, tickle, people. Right then, that's it. Extensions. Follow the video vlog to see the progress, people. And I'll be doing some more tips and tricks as I go through. Catch you later.